What is up? What is up, beautiful people? It's Mr. P. How is NIO keeping up with sales despite the price war? What are they doing? Since March and Q1 is officially over, I guess it's now show this to you guys. So in this video, we're going to talk about three things: the discount policy, and then also I stumbled across a very interesting video about a NIO owner talking to another NIO owner about his honest opinions about Li Auto. But what he didn't know was that he was secretly being recorded, and this recording is what we're going to talk about. And then third, I'm going to share some of my own opinions about this whole ordeal. So right here, this is the official discount chart. As you can tell, we got numerous discounts on NT 1.0 cars, but also NT 2.0 cars. And one way that NIO has been able to really keep up sales in Q1, two ways actually. First of all, well, as you guys know, they sold a bulk of first-gen vehicles out to a third party at a big discount. So a lot of deliveries were that. And then also, what you guys didn't know is that in Q1 and Q2, NIO is actually running a employee discount policy for all of NIO's employees. So if you're a NIO employee in China and you want to buy a NIO, you get extra benefits. And of course, these benefits include you get 20,000 RMB off on top of all the other discounts. And this also applies for second generation vehicles. And also the biggest one is actually unlimited battery swap for life. That is very cool because my NIO EC6, it has unlimited battery swap for life. Just hugely convenient. I can swap as many times as I want. Ain't gonna cost me a penny. Nowadays, if you're just a regular customer and you buy a NIO, you only get 6 free swaps per month. But forever, still forever. But unlimited is just so much better. So they're giving that to all the employees that buy a NIO in Q1 and Q2. So that's also very awesome. And what you'll notice is within the NIO app, a lot of these official posts by NIO employees, they have the light blue symbol, meaning they've placed a deposit. So this is actually working. And a lot of NIO employees are actually buying NIOs, which is a very good thing. I talked to some NIO employees. Some of them are buying NIOs, some of them aren't. To them, it's still very expensive. And some of them said they would rather buy a secondhand NIO. So sales are sales nonetheless, even if it's discounted to NIO employees. It's still very good that they have these delivery numbers going for them. Next up, a NIO owner's honest opinion about Li Auto. Let's have a listen.
那个500万的车只要花50万，我说实话，我看到那个车，我真后悔买 ES7 了。虽然我们都开未来车啊，但我觉得真的他今年都在蛮难说的。他的服务真的是用金钱堆积起来的。理想看了那个未来的财报，他说，光出差的费用就抵得上理想1年的运营成本，这个就很恐怖啊。理想是说最有可能跑出来的，因为理想很务实。 就是各方面能省，他肯定省嘛。我只要开的舒服，坐的舒服，用的舒服，其实就可以了。这点上真的，他真的拿捏的这个人性拿捏的透透的。我说实话，我看到那个车，我真后悔买 ES7 了。虽然那个车开起来也很好啊，但是相比较这个 L9， 你看效力的那个车，我操，里面配置老库里南也不过如此嘛。
这个打个招呼呗。啊？打个招呼。
干嘛？你这一直在拍啊？哇。
Man, oh man, he regrets buying his ES7. This is something that you'll actually notice a lot of other consumers here in China say the same thing. Some customers, they test drive the ES7 and they test drive like a Li Auto L8, something like that. And the customer ends up telling the sales rep that, hey, I'm paying less for the Li Auto, but it's more luxurious. Why would I pay more for a NIO for something that's inferior in their opinion in terms of luxury and comfort? Well, NIO has good driving dynamics, has good battery swap, has good quality, has good acceleration, but some people don't care about that. At the end of the day, NIO is a fantastic car. Li Auto is a great product. You got to understand the difference between the two. And I know some of you guys are arguing that, you know, Li Auto is a hybrid. But to those people, you got to understand, and this is not me defending Li Auto or anything like that. Li Auto is pretty much an EV with a generator plugged inside of it. And most Li Auto drivers drive it like an EV. And no matter what kind of argument you make, at the end of the day, Li Auto is taking customers away from NIO. And that's the biggest problem that, we don't want to face. We don't want NIO customers being taken away. In terms of the car itself, I think NIO really needs to focus on being a very compelling product. It is a very excellent car for the driver, but think about what NIO customers want, what NIO owners want. In terms of driver experience, I think it is unmatched for NIO. NIO has the best driver experience out of any other car, but for the passenger experience, I think that is something that NIO could work on and improve. Comfort being one of them, entertainment being the second one. There is absolutely no entertainment inside a NIO vehicle. There's no games. The movie watching experience is absolutely not that good. Even NT 2.0, we're stuck with vertical screens. Watching a movie is just a thin line, basically. It's no bigger than your phone. And that thing does put customers off. Now, in terms of company-wise, I think this is extremely important. Think about it this way. Other companies, Tesla is closing down a lot of their bigger area stores to cut costs, whereas NIO is opening more and more flamboyant and big new houses. Now, does this mean Tesla's going under? Does this mean Tesla's doing poorly? No. It is simply the most economical thing to do. A lot of naysayers will argue that NIO's revenue more than covers the cost of free battery swap and also the rent on new houses, and it's just the R&D that's extra. Well, that might have worked in 2020 and 2021 where sales were good, but now you got more and more swap stations, more and more free swaps, more and more new houses. Expenses are increasing. R&D expenses are increasing even more, but at the same time, you're entering a price war where sales are starting to struggle. It would be like as if you're a rich person and you rent a very expensive home, but you can't afford food. Does this seem bullish or more economical than if you were to rent a smaller home where you can afford food with your income? You see, some people argue that massive new houses, that's bullish. Lots of swap stations, that's bullish. In the end, I think cost cutting is more bullish than that, because all those stuff that looks like it's bullish is actually just cash burn, cost of sales. NIO has the best vehicle margins, but the worst gross margins. Why? Have you thought about that? And it's not just R&D, because every car company has R&D. Everyone has R&D. They don't have a car if you don't have R&D. So really the future depends more on how NIO can save money. It's easy for me to rent a super massive home outside of my means, and then that seem bullish and seem as if I'm super rich, but is it actually good for me economically? What I really want to see NIO do is introduce more cost-cutting measures, and cost cuts aren't bad, so to say. Google cuts jobs, Apple cuts jobs, Facebook cuts jobs. Is that bad? No, it's a necessary step. And of course, I want to see NIO improve on the software side. And oh my God, don't get me started with software. There's this one post I shared on Discord, but I didn't talk about it in video. There's an intentional sabotage inside NIO's software team. Or if you read this post carefully, this guy, he works for NIO's software team, and he intentionally put in more bugs in the software so that things were progressing slower, and then so that his superiors had to get more people to work on the project so that he could get lesser workload. This is something that nobody wants to see. Some people on my Discord were arguing, oh, this happens all the time. Software encounters bugs. This is different. It's like the electrician having trouble installing the wires versus this situation is where the electrician is purposely cutting wires. This is what he's doing. Obviously, fire this guy. You don't want this guy on your team. And from the operational standpoint, you just need a lot more operational efficiencies to improve your gross margins. Anyways, I've been rambling on a lot. If you watch to the end, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you in the next one. Peace out.